Okay, welcome to another live stream. So, I've been doing a fair bit of repetitious work recently on trying to get the maps and everything like that sorted out. So, first things first, I'm going to drag this across to here and just for one moment, I'm going to look at that and I'm going to start creating copies of it. Okay, so first things first, we have this. So what we've got is these four provinces here. These four up the top here are for a totally different location. They may or may not become part of the campaign later on. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up and I'm going to delete all of these. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to just go in and do the same thing for all of them. Now, the reason I'm doing this is that these are older versions. Since I've been working on it, all these maps, all the records that are inside these files are no longer applicable. So we're going to just delete them and start again with fresh ones. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so going back again. So this one here, I'm going to go into the Excel file and I'm going to just check and make sure. So it looks like, yep, looks like it's still got some old data in it. So I'll just I won't delete it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all that and I'm going to paste that into the file for each of these. So of course I'm giving the computer a bit of a workout in trying to do this, but that's that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go back to the first one and I'll go through them one by one. So the overview file, so I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste that into here. I'm going to copy all of these as well. Okay, so we're getting there. So what I'm doing is all four of these provinces are now being kind of upgraded to the new the new ones that I've developed. So Alright, so that's the folder that I was working with previously. I'll close that down. Okay. Now, first things first, here's the geopolitical province file. Okay, so we get that one open to the side, and then we'll get this other file open to the side. So we're going to just basically go through, and we're going to enter some details. So first thing is in creation. Okay, so just stripping out information from the previous one. Right, so what have we got there? Alright, so we can possibly expand that a bit longer. Okay. Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, so since when I created these the first time, like it's just not worth doing it like that. So what we've got is we've got multiple lines, things like this. So I'm going to have to do this a different way. In fact, I'm going to start again with some of it. So okay, so we're just going to start again with copying those and then pasting them F9. Okay, so that's that. Then we've got okay. So copy and paste. Okay. So a bit of data entry. Again, I'm not fond of having to do this, but let's just get it done. So the reason I can't just copy that entire line there down is that on the old version I had double lines, so that's got 33 and 34 in the rows. So in the more recent version I have it so that alright, what can we do? We can do this. Delete. And that might do it. No, it didn't. But we're getting there. I really don't want to have to we will leave that there to start with. And then we're going to go in here and unfortunately a little bit of repetition. So I actually created these provinces a long time ago. Been some developments since then. So one of the things I found was that you know, the layouts and things like that, if I have you know, trying to stay with the 10 pixel by 10 pixel for the trying to stay with the 10 pixel by 10 pixel doesn't work in some cases. So what I've done now took a bit of time, which is a pain in the neck, but done. Okay, so ID numbers, and then we have that there, province people. Right, so I'm going to clear that, nope, delete it, and then change the formatting so that it's gone. Change that so that there's no fill. Province people, well, we'll expand that out to there. Right, okay, so now we've got these being random, so we're going to go in here, we're going to copy that, and we're going to paste values only. I'm going to go in here, and we're going to paste values only as well. So what that does is it makes it so that these names are fixed in stone and they're not going to change. So now that that's done, we're going to go into province overview. I'm just going to check and see whether that's sorted or not. Okay, so that's that. Now, province creation. I'm going to F9 it. Okay, now those numbers have now populated. So these are referencing the XY coordinates that we grabbed before. And then these names are referencing what we had before as well. Now, we've got Bella here, for example. And I'll go across to people. And we're going to just check and see what it says under people. And it does. It comes up with Bella. So it is referencing correctly, which, well, you never really know until you have done it. So that is now created. Alright, so what can we also grab from here? Well, all the province creation aspects are still relevant, so I'm going to go across to province creation, map creation, and I'm going to grab all that. Though it is still showing the previous names and things like this, so alright, that's okay. We'll just take that, copy it, and then we'll paste over the top of it. Okay, so messy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is really for reference material only, and it's there. It's just not in the most readable format. So, we'll get out of there. Province 1 creation. And grab that little circle there, and we'll paste it over the top. And we'll assign it to here. Province overview. Alright, so that's that. We'll leave that province creation alone for the moment. So this is the Fief of Stockach. That's the name of the place. In terms of the Baron of this area, we'll get to that after I've completed all the work that I need to do. So that is, close that down. We'll close this one down as well. And we will copy that. And we'll go in and we will paste that. Then we will put this one in the archive. Okay, so that's that. I'll also put that in the archive as well. Okay, so you have to do the same thing with the other ones as well. So again, now we've still got the same problem that we had before. So now it isn't too late for me to go back into the other one and change the names back, but I think it's best to just do it afresh. Yeah, do it fresh and not to muck around. So we're going to go back into province creation. Okay, so the province is named Nanganzishung. I'll have to. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to find a. I'm going to have to find an app that basically teaches me to say these names correctly. That's not what I wanted. Let's see if it actually copies and pastes properly. It does. Okay, Eldom affiliation. pass it to Imperium. Alright. So again, copy that, paste in there. Oops, sorry. Copy that, and then paste values. Although, not really sure about that one. I need to F9. Then I need to copy and then paste values. Right, so that's that. I'll clear all that. Then we've got the RAM between. Paste values. Okay, we can get rid of that. Okay, so that's now showing a number. That's now showing a number, words. So that's good. Now we need to get in here and make sure that well, now what we need to do is we need to delete through, as we said before, pain in the neck, but only way I can do it without having to do bucket loads of data entry. Bad enough having to delete every second one manually. But these coordinates are accurate. So these are the coordinates on the map of where the location of these places are. So it's kind of important. You might have also seen that there's grey on some of these numbers and names. That represents the ones that are undead infested. So that it kind of has two purposes. Okay, so that's that. Now I should be able to, well, no, I need to do that first, and then I need to do that, copy, paste. Right, what happened there? Okay, so we've made a mistake somewhere along the line. Okay, here we go. We made the mistake here by not deleting that one, and now we should have an accurate paste. Correct. Okay, no worries. So now, same thing with this one. No worries. So we're going to just get rid of that. Okay, so that's that. And that should be sufficient for the moment. Province 1 creation. Again, it's not really accurate anymore, but I'm going to copy all that. And then I'm going to go to map creation. I'm going to paste that. Alright, so I'm not going to bother mucking around with that to a certain extent. Expand that out. And now we're just going to double check. Okay, province overview. F9. Okay, so that's looking good. Alright, so I'm going to close that off. Right, now I'm going to okay, what have I done? Did something. Right, that's what I did. We're going to undo that. And we'll put that into the, well, I've got an archive file, so I'll create one. Okay, so that's that. Right. So you've got to be very careful about layouts that you choose with Excel, because it's not designed for some of these things, and if you mess around with merging cells and things like that, you can find that when you try to use calculations on a merged cell, it spits the dummy. So okay, so as I said before, oops, okay, I think we can still get there. So where am I? I'm in province overview. So I'll go across to province creation again. So we're going to go down. We're going to F9 first, sorry, F9. And then we're going to copy and then paste values. Right, so these are all good values, no worries. So again, we'll copy and we're going to paste values again. Alright. So that's that, all good there. And we're going to, copy that, and we're going to paste. I'm going to do the same thing with the Y coordinates, and we're going to paste that. I'm going to delete all this. Okay. Right, so that's that. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to do the same thing as we did previously, although this makes it a little bit more difficult because we've now undone some of the formatting. I'm not quite sure what I've done, but I've really kind of screwed it. So alright, what's that? There we go. Oops. I really did make a mess. There you go. This is not Suleiman. This is not. This is Checkerpop. Okay, we've got some incomplete things going on here. So it'd be nice if I could actually completely undo what I just did, but not much I can do. It doesn't seem to have province listed. This one hasn't got a province. Oh, hang on, what's this province name? Right, that'll do. I found one. Okay, so that's Suleiman, Eldom of Suleiman. So that's correct. That's what's going on. Okay. So we've got that. Not Suleiman. Jazir Abu Mankar is the earldom. Now that is that. Okay. So now I need to go back to overview. F9. And that should now be accurate. Alright. Just to make sure, so that's Pekovsky. And we'll just search and zoom in, and it says Pekovsky. Alright. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, I didn't do the creation, so I need to do the creation one. Copy that. Okay, and go in and do map creation. There we go. Getting there. That's okay. That's Samraje. And Elder Mavellini. Right, this is Jackpot. Okay. Alright, we're getting there. So really, all I'm salvaging is just the coordinates. Well, coordinates and some of the other things here as well. So, province name is Tagavisk. Now, are we in? We're in overview still, so just got to keep doing that. Make sure that I'm going to the right one. Province creation. Okay. Okay, so this is affiliated with the earldom of Minqua. And Chakrapop. And right, so F9. Cut this time. Paste. Oops. Nope. Copy. Paste values. Then delete. And same thing here. So obviously it doesn't like you cutting and pasting values only. So you can only copy and paste values only. So. Okay, so that's cool. Getting there. Alright, so that's character creation, there's creation, and then we've got map. Map creation. Province 1 creation. Okay. Strange. There we go. Right. So the province creation that I put together, the whole point of it is that I need to make sure that there's zero chance of people plagiarizing, stealing, whatever you want to call it. I want to make sure that if someone's going to claim to create a province, that there's plenty of proof that they have. So what I've got in mind is that there's a process, so the province creation process, and people just need to follow that. Now, in a perfect world, somebody wants to take on the duty of special source licensee, which basically entitles them to play around with the maps. I've created plenty of maps and I enjoy doing it. I want this to grow to the point where I'm not the only one that's doing it. So that's what I'd like to see. And yes, I'll need to explain and show and all those things, because it's not really a straightforward procedure. It's got a fair bit of complexity to it. But once someone knows how to do it, then it's no longer really a special sauce. It's just like special herbs and spices kind of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of keeping that pretty close to my chest for the moment. Right. Okay, so that's that. Now what I need to do is just go back through them. I'm going to go back through it, and I'm going to start naming stuff. Alright. Now, what's going on here? We've got some problems. Got some big problems. Okay, that is not the correct one. better. Right, so what we should now have is list towns. However, these ones here are the ones that these ones here are the ones that show which ones are undead infested. So what we need to do is go through them and delete. Okay, and change the names. So town 1, town of Bella. We'll call it S1. S4 town of Devlin. Town 3 and town 4 we can delete. So because they're undead infested, they're not listed in the S4. Alright, no. I'm just going to call it the town of Bella. We're just going to remove the S4 out of it. So S4 indicates that it's like structure 4 or whatever. I believe that's how I put it together. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So now we've got town 1 and 2, village 1 and 2 can be deleted. Village 3 is called village of Mitichi. And I think that one of the other things I try to do is I tried to. Alright, that's the reason why. S4 was to get them. Right. Right, what am I doing? Trying to get this to call itself S4. S4. S3. Okay, so I think it was because I wanted to go from farm, hamlet, village, town, and so the reason that it's doing this Anyway, it doesn't really matter, except for just labeling purposes. So this is a V4, and that's a V3. And that's a T1. And that's a T2. Right. So village of, back to the drawing board. So alright, I'm just going to stop there. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to just copy the name from here. There we go. So now on to hamlets. So I've got hamlet 1 through 4. Now there are actually 8 hamlets. So what I need to do is I need to look at which ones I need. So I don't need a 1, but I need a 5. So this is going to be H1 hamlet of Lazek. Cool. Okay, so that's the hamlet of Lazek. I need a 3. H3. Hamlet. See, it's just that I have created these names using referencing, areas in the real world, as in, villages, rivers, lakes, things like this. So I'm not very good at pronouncing some of them. So that is a bit unfortunate, but that is the reality. So H1 that's really not H1. It's H5. Okay, H5. So H3 is that one. See, over here on the left hand side, we've got these lines here. And why did that change? Maybe I just got it wrong. It's possible I just got it wrong. So we'll just do that, and then we're going to look at H3. Okay, so that's H3, H3, H5, H5, and then we've got H7 and 8. So that is 1, 2, 4. Okay, so H2, That's not the way it works. Right, that's not the way it works. So that's a H3. And that's a H1. Although I'm just going to go back to the way it was and call it H5. Even though there's only the 4 different types, fortification styles, I need to put it in its order of out of the 8, it's number 5. Then we have Hamlet 2. We don't have a Hamlet 2. Hamlet 2 is we don't have a Hamlet 2. We have a Hamlet 3. What to do with Hamlet 3? Okay. So let's just undo a few things. Okay. Simplest thing for me to do is this. Copy, paste. And then I'm going to call that 5. And then call this 6. Call this 7. And call this 8. Right. So in the past, that's what I used to do. So, I'm going to call this H1. No, we're not. We're going to just go back down and do what we wanted to do the first time. So, that is renaming Hamlet 3. Okay, H3. Then H5. Okay, then we've got H7. And we've got H8. Okay, so there's 4 Hamlets, then there's the remainder, delete the remainder. Right, so, learning from my mistake just then, we're going to go through and we're going to call that 6. No, we're not. Farm 7. Farm 8. Okay, what have we done wrong? Okay, so farm 10. Okay, so now 2 farms. Firstly, farm 1 through 3. Delete it. Farm 4. Okay, farm 4. Farm 5. Farm 6. Farm 6. Farm 7. Okay, so farm 7, 8. 8 is out. And 12 is out. So farm 9. Now, a couple of things. So, the actual name of the place. Now, we've got the two-part coordinates. Now, I don't think it's going to allow me to do it, but let's just try it out. It did let us do it. To put the coordinates in on the map. Now, these coordinates, there's going to be a problem. Didn't even think about it. Oh, excuse me. Didn't even think about it until just then. So these coordinates are based on a grid that I basically created, and the grid may be inaccurate. So anyway, we're just going to take that out. We'll just take that out for a moment. Okay, so that's that. Now we'll go into the map folder, the map imagery. Actually, I won't, because it's going to come up without. I don't know what the state of it will be. So anyway, what's time? We're getting on to a minute, an hour, 20 minutes almost. So yeah, I've got a bit of work to do. Excuse me. But what I've done now is I've effectively got the four folders, and now I'm trying to make it so that the names of the places are correct. I'm just going to go into what can we do? Can't go into farm 1, so that's F4, F6. So farm. No, we can go into Clet. So Clet, I'll open up Clet. So when I open up Clet, you can see that the town of Clet is still showing Merkovic there, but we'll get around to fixing that. Yes, these are all still showing the original test one, but what I'll do is I'll populate it with it. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Well, I'll populate it now. Now that I've realised that I've done that, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of things. So first things first, creation, and okay, so I'm going to province overview. Now I'm going to go to people. Okay, people. Then I'm going to go over here to farms. I'm going to zoom in. Well, I F9'd just then. Oh, excuse me. And now it's going to, there we go. Alright, so what we got here? That's not there. That's not there. There's clip there. So I'm going to go across here and I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to paste values. Oops. There we go. Right. Copy that. Paste. Data here. Yes, I want that to be the case. Okay. So now, you might have seen before that the XY wasn't present before. So in the tournament maps that I was playing around with, it had no it didn't populate it. Now for some reason it's spitting the dummy. Now why is it spitting the dummy? This one here, alright, so I've picked up on that. That's supposed to be a sum of, excuse me, oh. Let's have a look up here. It's still got 0, that one's got 10, that one's got 10. So for some reason this one hasn't. So right, so that one there is not referencing either. So what we need to do is work out what's going on with that. Alright, anyway, that's for later on. Anyway, so I can basically just copy, well, you probably see that the name's Apricot Sword there, and down here it's different. So we will paste that. Right, okay, so I need to, now that I've done this, I've F9'd it, but now I need to copy and paste values only into all these, so that they're fixed in stone on the actual people and places. So there's no more variables, it all stays the same. So anyway, enough of that. I will end this live stream here, and hopefully I'm going to have a completely populated, all the 4 provinces populated by the time I do the next live stream, and I'll show it off. Alright, sorry about waffling, but yeah, there's a lot of work to do, but as I said many times with some of this stuff, I do it once and I won't need to do it a second time later on. You have to do it correctly the first time. So anyway, I'll talk to you next time there's live stream, and if you've got any questions, you can feel free to give me a call, send me an email, message, and if there's, there might be that some of the questions have already been answered. If you go to renegadelarp.com, you might be able to find some of the answers.